I ain't starting nothing till we at least get. Hold up. Listen, I'm not going to start anything until we get at least 30, 40 people in here. So hurry up. 30, 40 people. Let's share this out. And please, my sister, could you tag me my Cash App? Tag my Cash App on Instagram. So what y'all can do is to help me, right? Share the video out. I'm going to talk about a little bit about Karl Marx, the more. Karl Marx, the more. So let's get some people in here, y'all. Instagram, the little arrow that's going up that way. You can share this out. And my request line will be open for anybody. Request line will be open. Hurry up. My batteries is not always charged. I wasn't even going to do a video on it. So let's share this out. Let's get some more people in here. Instagram, Facebook, let's share it out. Let's share this out. I'm going to sit back. What's up, my brother Nate? I love you, fam. Oh, I'm a man. Yeah, I do. I can say I love my brother because I do love my brother. Come on. Hold up. We're going to have some fun. Let's share it out. Don't forget to support, people. Don't forget to support. Cash App work and PayPal work. They both work. Come on, let's get some numbers on here. Damn, boy, we got a lot of books on Karl Marx. Give me 1 second. Y'all remember? Who remembers the conversation? Come on, y'all. We got to get these numbers up on Instagram. Come on. Let's get these numbers up on Instagram. Share it out to your friends, man. Let's get these numbers up. We got to get the numbers up on Instagram. Come on. Let's go, y'all. Act like it's porno. Act like it's porn or we exploiting our sisters. Come on, y'all. Let's get them up on Instagram. I know this is, a tough, I know this is a hard topic. Karl Marx, the more. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. Don't make me be out the bad guy. I'm serious. He said we laughing. I'm being real. That's what we do. Shoot, if it's porno, niggas are float this. They flood this mother freaking with nonsense. Yeah, I got coronavirus, G. I got corona. You got 45 on here. Let's get the 45 to 1,000 on here. I got music in my head, y'all, so y'all have to excuse me. I have music in my head. Karl Marx, the more. Let's go. Karl Marx, right? Karl Marx. Karl Marx. See that? Karl Marx. The discipline of Karl Marx. We're going to get right back to that again. So bear with me, okay? Let's go a little further. African, the world of Africa and Africa. Hold up. Let's go back. Let's say Karl Marx. Let's go. We're going to have some fun, y'all. Y'all ready? I want y'all to get some more people in here. Karl Marx. That's 1, 2, 3. Bam. Karl Marx resembled Frederick Douglass. Did Umar Johnson tell you that? Did Umar Johnson tell y'all that did Umar Johnson tell y'all he resembles Frederick Douglass? We'll get back into that in 1 second. Y'all got it? Come on, y'all. Let's share it. Come on, share it to all these Pan-Africans. That just came out of 3 books of Karl Marx. Besides this one I bought in London. I bought this one in London. So let's go. So who remembers me having a conversation with Danny Glover one day? Who remembers that conversation? He said he related to Frederick Douglass, but did he say Karl Marx looked like Frederick Douglass? Somebody's misleading y'all somewhere, somehow. So, make this one go viral. Y'all like to make stuff go viral, right? So who remembers when I had the conversation with Danny Glover in New York, in Harlem? When I sat down and I thought I was telling Danny Glover something, he said he told us he's the Prince of Pancakes. Y'all stupid as hell. Y'all are stupid as hell. He said he's the Prince of Pancakes. So my brother Narayan is going to take this and put this on YouTube. And I just might do a YouTube on this one too. I just might do a YouTube on this. You don't know who Karl Marx is? Oh my God. What I want you to do is I want you to research Karl Marx. Please. I know your Pan-African buddies don't show you that, but if you sit here long enough, you're going to get it, okay? Shoo, my God, Lord of mercy. The God is thirsty. Somebody said they didn't know who Karl Marx was. I was sitting in the veggie spot in Harlem some time ago, and I was talking to Danny Glover, swearing I was telling Danny Glover something. But I asked Danny Glover asked him about the Moors. Danny Glover laughed. He was with his granddaughter. He laughed and said, I said, are you familiar with the Moors? Danny Glover out his mouth said, I'm a marksman. I'm going to say this one more time for y'all. Danny Glover said, I'm a marksman. And he said, I said, oh, you mean Karl Marx? Now, I didn't know too much about Karl Marx, but I knew a little bit about Karl Marx because I used to have documents on him. But he said, I'm a marksman. That's what Danny Glover said. So obviously, Danny knew about Karl Marx being the Moor. Can I say that one more time? Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. There's a documentary on Netflix. There's a documentary called Geniuses of Modern Times, Modern World. I think it's called Geniuses of the Modern World. I'm going to let y'all hear something when they was talk about Karl Marx, and tell me if this sounds like me. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. A friend of mine is from Canada. And a friend of mine was watching this documentary. She said, yo, Sabir, I automatically thought about you when I saw this documentary. She said, I automatically thought about you. So when all this time y'all heard me say people don't want this information in the black colleges, right? Do you know that Karl Marx was going through that at that time? Did y'all know that? Karl Marx was going through that. Remember when I told y'all, see the black slave talk y'all support inside these colleges. See the slave talk, the go along talk, we was put that inside the colleges and let y'all talk about slavery. But let us talk about history of the Moors. Negroes don't want that. But guess what Karl Marx did? Can anybody tell me? Can y'all tell me what Karl Marx did? What did I do? What did I create? Talk to me for a minute, y'all. What did I create when our people did not want this information in no high schools and colleges? Talk to me for a minute. You know that Karl Marx said religion is like opium to our people? Did y'all know that? Did you know that Karl Marx said religion is like opium to our people? And you know what opium is, right? He wrote a newspaper. And didn't I do a newspaper? Did I not have my newspaper called Civil Alert? Do y'all understand it's the same? Remember what I told y'all? Brother Medivh said same heart, different time. Same heart, different time. I had a newspaper also. Because the fights that I was fighting with our people, I started a newspaper. The newspaper was first. The newspaper was first. First. And then the radio show. How many of these people on these threads can say they did that? How many of these people in this conscious community can say that? But let me take y'all to the documentary. Don't forget to support, people. Please don't forget to support. Let's go over to this doc. Listen to this. And tell me if this is not me. Tell me if this is not me. Watch this.
Some said that the Gospels of the New Testament were just folk tales.
This is the documentary.
And to attack it.
Hold up. Let me go back.
Biggest obstacle to human progress was religion. So they set out to critique.
Listen to do this.
And they were pushing up against a great kind of
the lady that did the
privilege and tradition.
Watch this. She did the Moors in Spain too.
Marx and the young Hegelians believed that the single greatest obstacle to human progress was religion.
Ooh.
So they set out to critique and to attack it. Now, you've got to think how subversive this is. Some said that the Gospels of the New Testament were just folk tales, not divine historical truth. That's really shocking. Others suggested that God was an illusion, and that as humans we'd taken the best of our powers and projected them onto a kind of fantastical, fabricated being who embodied our finest qualities. The young Hegelians believed that this existential separation, brought about by religion, limited our human potential. Only by abandoning its delusions could we truly flourish. Of course, the group's iconoclastic, many would say blasphemous ideas had wider implications. The relationship between church and state was tight to the point of total union. Criticism of religion was tantamount to criticism of Russia.
Yes. Watch this. Watch what he
Marx
said.
had aspired to an academic career, but the Prussian authorities would not tolerate subversives in their universities.
You hear that?
So he had to find another.
Let's rewind that back. Let's rewind that back.
Career.
Listen.
But the Prussian authorities would not tolerate subversives in their universities. So he had to find another platform for his ideas. His outlet would be the hot, rapidly expanding business of journalism.
Woo! Did I start a paper? Listen to this.
Marx thought that the written word had transformative power, and he became editor of the Rhineland News, based in Cologne. A mouthpiece for liberal entrepreneurs pushing for constitutional reform. He made an immediate impact. Nicknamed the Moor because of his dark complexion and thick mane of hair and beard.
Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. One more time.
With a boundless. Nicknamed the Moor because of his dark complexion and thick mane of hair and beard. It seems he was
Let's go back one more time for the doubt sayers. Let's go back to the doubt sayers.
Nicknamed the Moor because of his dark complexion and thick mane of hair and beard.
Now listen to this. Tell me if this is not me.
Impetuous, passionate, with a boundless energy and self-confidence. Although some did say that he was vindictive and an intellectual bully. But whatever his shortcomings, his drive and acuity got the job done. Under his tenure, circulation of the paper rose dramatically.
You see that?
Marx's journalism took up the cause of his nouveau riche paymasters and attacked the old political elite.
Oh my God.
Here's a typical example of his lacerating
Watch this,
style.
y'all. Listen.
It's polemic laced with a kind of withering
Sarcasm. Let's go back to this one more
The
time.
aristocracy
Hold on, let's go
cannot
back.
be given the full of his lacerating
Let's go back to
style.
this.
Took up the cause of his nouveau riche paymasters and attacked the old political elite. Here's a typical example of his lacerating style. It's polemic.
I'm
laced
sarcastic.
with a kind of withering sarcasm. The aristocracy cannot be given the form of law because they are formations of lawlessness. No one's action ceases to be wrongful because it's his custom, just as the bandit son of a robber is not exonerated because banditry is a family idiosyncrasy.
Ooh.
It's clever.
I ain't justifying that. It's just the reality of people that know what the hell is going on. When you know what's going on, you got to laugh at stuff and be
Marx
sarcastic.
gained notoriety through his thinly veiled attacks on the Prussian ruling classes. But journalism also stimulated a new interest at the other end of the social scale.
Listen.
In 1842, Marx reported on the conditions of lower-class vine growers back
Listen.
in the same region. A dramatic drop in profits had plunged them into poverty.
Woo.
There's an unsettling poem written at the time that describes how, unable to feed their children, the vine growers were driven to suicide.
Hold up. I got to rewind that back one more time
Now
with
the
y'all.
wine's
We got to rewind that
blessing
back. Tell me if this was not happening right now.
That describes how
Let's go back. Tell me this is not what's
a
happening.
drop in profits had plunged them into poverty. There's an unsettling poem written at the time that describes how, unable to feed their children, the vine growers were driven to suicide.
Woo.
Now the wine's blessing won't run in your barrel. You won't sing a song anymore when all is covered with snow. The workers blamed the authorities for opening up the market to greater competition. The authorities' response was that a protected market before had artificially inflated prices. These were men and women who were really struggling. Officially, they were no longer allowed to collect firewood for free because it was being consumed in such vast quantities by the new factories. They were caught in a pincer movement of progress.
Damn.
Marx saw that the vine growers were losing what little power they had to determine their own futures. His journalism opened his eyes to the complex forces governing our everyday lives. He thought it should be possible, with scientific precision, to work out what these relations are. Just listen to what he wrote. This can be determined with almost the same certainty as a chemist determines under which external conditions given substances will form a compound. But a clinical deconstruction of the nature of society was just the sort of thing the Prussian authorities feared. Marx's provocations had ruffled the feathers of those in power once too often.
You heard what he said?
His paper was shut down.
Woohoo! Let's go. Let me help you out.
Picture Marx, age just 25,
25.
angry.
He was 25 years old. 25. So if you on this feed, if you want to come to Instagram, baby, come to Instagram, G. If you think whatever you want to think, come to Instagram, Real Sabir Bey. We can have some fun. So now I'm going to respond to you because somebody just said something about some whack behind debate. So let me show y'all something. Remember when I told you that I started a newspaper? Remember that? Because of me dealing with our people in this society? Remember that? Who remembers when I said I started a paper? Raise your hand. Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out. Let's show you this. And I told you, I'm very sarcastic. It's just in me. That was my newspaper right there, Civil Alert. That was the paper. Because what I saw and I felt something was wrong. This is before I even knew, I even read about Karl Marx. Before I read about Karl Marx. You see that? Why are the so-called black Americans confused about what? Their American and Indian Moor connection? Do you understand this? Before, there was none of these dudes out here in 2003. You see that says 2003? Copywritten? You see that says 2003? Let me show you what he was combating and how the ancestors move through you. How ancestors move through you. This is my law section inside here. You see that? That's my law section. That's not my number, so please don't try to call it. No more. That says jurisprudence. So jurisprudence is the science or the philosophy of law which treats the principles of positive law and legal relations. Let me give you jurisprudence one more time. Jurisprudence is the science or the philosophy of law which treats the principles of positive law and legal relations. So, am I following in? Am I bragging about what I have? Do y'all hear Sabir Bey bragging about any of these things? Think about what I'm saying to you. So, when y'all sit up here and talk about the white man, it's really the nigger man too. Listen. It's the nigger man also. If I talk about black power, cracker, the white man, niggas will fill rooms with that motherfreaker. We will fill rooms with that motherfreaker. Because you know why? Some of these conscious cats is conscious pimps. A lot of these conscious cats are conscious pimps. We lit tonight, brother. No doubt. It's lit all the time. It's just that it has to come out of me. So if you want to come to my Instagram and come on and punch in real Sabir Bey on Instagram, and I will bring you on the feed. Bring you on the feed, real Sabir Bey. Let's go a little further. Is everybody okay? Are we good? Are we good? So how many of y'all knew about this in the conscious community, that they was talking about Karl Marx's complexion? Share that to them. Tell them I'm live. I love this motherfucker. So, when I was in London, we don't talk enough about our own. I'm just saying because you got a lot of these cats that know what I'm talking about, and if they know about it, they would talk about it. You follow me? You follow me? If they know, they would talk about it. So, when I was in London, I'm walking down the street. And if I stayed in London long enough, I would have went to this walk tour. Let me show y'all something. I took a picture when I was walking down the street in London at nighttime. Karl Marx walking tour. Did everybody see that video I just showed y'all about Karl Marx? Should I rewind it back for them? Should I do a rewind for that, everybody? Okay? So, I bought this book when I was in London. Yes, he was. Let me help you out. Yes, he was. Here you go. They got a whole write-up on him. Here you go, right here. Right there. The Moorish aspect. Give me 1 second. His nickname. He owes also his nickname to Moorish aspect. You see that? Living in exile because he ran trying to help our people. We don't appreciate nobody that's telling the truth. Y'all think it's just black power, the crackers, the devil, and y'all think that's black power. No, it's not. Living in exile in London, the Moor, him, Moor. You see that? Children more, they say more. Right? Yeah, they didn't care for him. because they don't want the truth. A lot of your black scholars don't care for him. Because if you understood that he was fighting for the poor people, his father was rich. His father was rich. But he was fighting for the poor people. That's like everybody else that's really trying to fight for our people, not trying to pimp our people. The people that's trying to fight for our people. Not selling them slavery. I'm going to say this again. Not selling them slavery. Every 5 minutes, shoving it down people's throats. I'm good. I am fine. Talk about Karl Marx the more. So let's go a little further over here. And I'm going to play that back before I get off here. And anybody wants to come on my Instagram, hurry up. Come on Instagram. It's open. Let's come over here for 1 second. Why would Karl Marx be in a book like this? See, the European always got to make somebody that look like us an enemy. They got to make one of us look like an enemy. Right? And then and I told you about your regurgitated conscious people. Accomplish the method laid down by Karl Marx. Laid down by Karl Marx. I told y'all, it's a whole lot to me. It's a whole lot to Sabir Bey. A whole lot to me. Let's close this one. Let's see what this one says in here. Let's go down a little further. Karl Marx bore the strong resemblance of Frederick Douglass. You see that? He was, right? Negroid stock. His nose, broad. The Moor. You see that? Share this to you, tennis to the Pan-Africans that cheerlead Frederick Douglass, but they don't talk about Karl Marx. Let's go. There it is. That's book number 2. Book number 2. These are all African books. All African books. We so damn pro-African. We're pro-African up in this motherfucker. Miseducation of the Negro. We so pro-African. Let's see where Karl Marx is at. One more again. Just had it. All up in his books. Give me 1 second. Bam. Look what he says. The Negro who what? Had read and misunderstood Karl Marx. Discipline. Yes, it's that one. But this is the miseducation of the Negro. The discipline of Karl Marx would solve the political as well as economic problems of what? Of the race. Come on, people. Y'all not trying to hear this I know y'all not trying to have this conversation. You don't want to have this kind of conversation. This is plain and simple. If we study Karl Marx, if you watch that documentary that's out here, they was trying to tell you, let me go back one more again. Can we go back one more again? Did I show enough proof yet, y'all? Did I show enough proof on Karl Marx? Talk to me for a minute. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back to the doc. It's on Netflix. Let's go back to the doc. You ready?
Others suggested that God was an illusion, and that as humans we'd taken the best of our powers and projected them
it's
onto
real
a kind
Sabir
of
Bey.
fantastical, fabricated being who embodied our finest qualities.
Real. Hold on. Let me pause this. Let me go back. My IG is real REAL Sabir Bey. Somebody type it in there for him, okay? This is called The Genius Minds of Modern World. Something like that. Genius Minds of a Modern World. It's on Netflix. Watch this. And she did the Moors in Spain.
Suggested that God was an illusion, and that as humans we'd taken the best of our powers and projected them onto a kind of fantastical, fabricated being who embodied our finest qualities.
I wish I had the money to do this kind of stuff if y'all would support it.
The aliens believed that this existential separation, brought about by religion, limited our human potential. Only by abandoning its delusions could we truly flourish. Of course, the group's iconoclastic, many would say blasphemous ideas had wider implications. The relationship between church and state was tight to the point of total union. Criticism of religion was tantamount to criticism of Prussia.
I saw a lot of pictures overseas too.
Marx had aspired to an academic career,
You see that?
but the Prussian authorities would not tolerate subversives in
Woo!
their universities. So he had to find another platform for his ideas. His outlet would be the hot, rapidly expanding business of journalism. Marx thought that the written word had transformative power, and he became editor of the Rhineland News, based in Cologne. A mouthpiece for liberal entrepreneurs pushing for constitutional reform. He made an immediate impact. Nicknamed the Moor because of his dark complexion and thick mane of hair and beard, it seems he was impetuous, passionate, with a boundless energy and self-confidence.
I got a lot of energy, don't I?
That he was vindictive and an intellectual bully. But whatever his shortcomings, his drive and acuity got the job done.
Get the job done,
Under
baby.
his tenure, circulation of the paper rose dramatically. Marx's journalism took up the cause of his nouveau riche paymasters and attacked the old political elite. Here's a typical example of his lacerating style. It's polemic, laced with a kind of withering sarcasm. The aristocracy cannot be given the form of law because they are formations of lawlessness. No one's action ceases to be wrongful because it's his custom, just as the bandit son of a robber is not exonerated because banditry is a family idiosyncrasy. It's clever, cutting stuff. Marx gained notoriety through his thinly veiled attacks on the Prussian ruling classes. But journalism also stimulated a new interest at the other end of the social scale. In 1842, Marx reported on the conditions of lower-class vine growers back in his home region. A dramatic drop in profits had plunged them into poverty. There's an unsettling poem written at the time that describes how, unable to feed their children, the vine growers were driven to suicide. Now the wine's blessing won't run in your barrel. You won't sing a song anymore when all is covered with snow. The workers blamed the authorities for opening up the market to greater competition. The authorities' response was that a protected market before had artificially inflated prices. These were men and women who were really struggling. Officially, they were no longer allowed to collect firewood for free because it was being consumed in such vast quantities by the new factories. They were caught in a pincer movement of progress.
Damn.
Marx saw that the vine growers were losing what little power they had to determine their own futures.
It sound familiar, right?
His journalism opened his eyes to the complex forces governing our everyday lives. He thought it should be possible, with scientific precision, to work out what these relations are. Just listen to what he wrote. This can be determined with almost the same certainty as a chemist determines under which external conditions given substances will form a compound.
This is crazy, man. You got to get the books on him and study. He was a philosopher too.
But a clinical deconstruction of the nature of society was just the sort of thing the Prussian authorities feared. Marx's provocations had ruffled the feathers of those in power once too often. His paper was shut down.
Damn.
So we should picture Marx, aged just 25, angry, ambitious, criticised. Censured in Prussia, he resolved to travel to the fulcrum of game-changing, provocative ideas.
Damn, sound familiar like a mug.
The origin of those protest songs that his father once sang. The rallying point of revolution.
Now listen. Let me ask y'all a question. Don't that sound kind of familiar? Don't that sound familiar? When you get criticized, even by your own damn people who don't understand. Listen to me. You see the dude that was on Facebook just now. I'm asking him to come over to Instagram. I asked him to come to Instagram. Let's see when to come over here to Instagram. So, when I saw stuff that was happening with our people, I started a newspaper. I started a radio show. I came out of my pocket with all of that, and I didn't have it. Karl Marx came from a rich family. But when you see your people truly getting beat down, right? And you constantly keep trying to help people who don't want to help themselves, who Negroes will get on social media or Instagram or something to try to criticize you, but is not a man, and come on my Instagram and talk to your boy. But go ahead and keep doing it, because I bet you none of y'all would say it in front of my face. That's a fact. I told you, service, he said sarcasm. I'm very sarcastic, but I get the job done. Period. I will definitely get the job done. So if you one of those doubt sayers, feel free. Just mosey on down to my Instagram, baby. It's open. Real Sabir Bey. Hurry up, because I'm going to get off of here in a second. I don't need to be on here all day long. There's no need to be on here. I'm going to give y'all the video that y'all can check it out. I want y'all to research Karl Marx. She is the one that did the thing on the Moors in Spain. She did the Moors in Spain. But the problem is with them, they will back their people to the utmost to do this. Do you understand me? I need y'all to really listen to what I'm saying. They will back their people to take these trips overseas and film this information while we sit back and try to criticize somebody when we ain't doing a goddamn thing. I have the means to do a lot of stuff. I just don't have the finances. I can do all of that. So when my sister called me from Canada and said, Sabir, I'm telling you, that's you. All day. That's you. Straight up. I know y'all don't care. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to show you how they back their people. Here she go. This is her too. This is her. Remember I told you?
The year is 1492.
See that? Same girl.
Christopher Columbus is about to embark on his world-shattering voyage to the Americas.
And we care supporting
on his
people.
way to the coast,
There she go.
He stops off here at Granada.
There she go.
He's the honoured guest of a ceremony hosted by the King and Queen of Spain, Ferdinand and Isabella.
Really?
They are celebrating a grand victory. Up until this day, Granada had been ruled by Muslims. But Isabella has managed to wrestle control from them.
I saw that right there.
Ferdinand and Isabella's victory marks a turning point for Spain and for Europe. The Middle Ages are over, and the West is about to embark on a new epoch.
I was in all
of
these places
power
right here.
and discovery. We tend to think of this as the beginning of an era. In fact, it's the climax of a forgotten chapter in European history. The rise and fall of Islam in the West.
That was the Code of Bamas. That's Code of Bamas right there.
It was Rudyard Kipling who wrote, "East is east and west is west, and never the twain shall meet."
I walked through that same garden right there.
Still has currency today. Islam and Christianity seem to have become ideological monoliths, citadels whose gates are firmly closed to one another. But they haven't always lived such separate lives. In the year 711 AD, Muslim forces invaded Spain and created a society so rich and so powerful it was the envy of the known world. This wasn't the rigid, ferocious Islam of our imaginations, but a progressive, sensuous, intellectually curious culture that for a number of spine-tingling years looked set...
Not really, about $12, $30, something like that.
It is an incredible story, but one that has been systematically written out of history.
You heard what she said? I was going to go there. This is going on the 23rd. I was going to go there this year. You see that?
Catholic monarchs took over the city of Granada, they began to destroy all evidence that the Muslims had ever been in Spain. In the following century, the Spanish authorities persecuted and expelled 300,000 Muslims and burned as many as 1 million Arabic books. This was an astonishing act of ethnic cleansing. It put an end to a civilization which had flourished in Spain for 700 years. These people have become known as the Moors.
We're going to pause that. Y'all saw that, right? Let me take y'all over here. Let me help y'all out. Spanish Negroes. Y'all see that? Spanish Negroes. I want y'all to see. That was us. That was us. Let me help y'all out. Let's go to Spain real fast. Y'all saw that, right? Why did Sabir Bey go to Spain? But cats want to argue with you, right? Give me 1 second. I don't know what page it was, but bear with me 1 second. I got it somewhere, but I'll find it. But anywho, I want y'all to understand that they took all your history and scared the hell out of you with your history. So every April the 23rd, and I don't know if it's going on this year. There it is. Booyah. Booyah. Did y'all see that in the documentary? See, these people will pay their people tons of money to go do this. Tons of money to go do this. Let's go back to this real quick. Check it out. That's the Alhambra.
Propaganda sparked by the Crusades.
Propaganda.
An enduring
You hear that?
image. The diabolical Moor. A dark-skinned savage.
Let's go back. Watch this. Watch this. Propaganda.
Propaganda, sparked by the Crusades, has given us an enduring image. The diabolical Moor.
Ooh.
Dark-skinned, savage, alien enemy.
Ooh.
But this character is a complete invention and tells us nothing about who these people really were.
Ooh.
Now, archaeologists and historians are starting to piece together the real story of the Moors in Spain.
Ooh.
They're uncovering the remains of hidden cities, discovering the role of Muslims in the revival of the classics.
I saw all of this, man.
Decoding the meaning of Islamic buildings.
Hold up, let's stop this for a minute.
Fascinating picture has emerged. I'm going to use this.
Listen to me. I just went from Karl Marx all the way down. Let me help y'all out. I'm going to show y'all my photos now when I was over there. Bear with me. I told y'all, it takes a lot of money to do this, people. And I wasn't over there for 2 days. I was over there for a minute and quite a few times. Bear with me. And if I'm wrong, get me your scholars. Let's go. Bring the scholars on. Let's talk about it. Give me 1 second. That mosque that y'all just saw, this is the mosque in Cordoba. That's in Cordoba. That's the mosque that you saw on the inside. The Mosquita. It's pronounced the Mosquita. This is in the Jewish quarters. You see what's in the window? I don't have nobody giving me $20,000 for this. Watch this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll a little bit more. It's Tunis. That's the Alhambra Rahami right there. That's the Alhambra. Let's go a little further. Let's dig into some history. That's actually Carthage. Give me 1 second. That was my book I put together with both of them. Right? That's that mosque right there once again. It's called the Mosquita. That was a mosque too. They turned it into a cathedral in Seville. There it is right there. That's in my book. That's me when I was there in Seville. The place where they beheaded the Moors at. They beheaded the Moors. I'm going to do a whole lecture on Karl Marx, so I'm just letting y'all get a test. Listen, I have so many people to build on, y'all. So many people. And so many photos to show y'all. To connect the dots. Hold up, we got some more. Bear with me. Let me help y'all out. There you go. That's the Alhambra. That's the Alhambra. Right there. This is the Justice Gate. It took almost 2,000 to go to Myrtle Beach for a few days. Really? Damn, I wouldn't have spent 2,000 to go there. Shoot. Imagine how much. No, it's not that expensive once you get over there. It depends on, sister, how long you want to stay. It depends on how long you want to stay. And see, the thing about it, I eat once a day. So to me, it's about nothing. And some days I didn't eat. That's the Alhambra. So let me ask y'all, who would give me $5,000 to $10,000 to do this? Really? To go find out our history, our true history? A brother that will go? Nah. Let's go look for it. That's the Alhambra. That's in Spain too. That's called Carmen de Maria, Africa. Hey, y'all want to? Y'all can cash at me. $ Sabir Bey. I supposed to have left already. I'm out in July. I'm leaving in July. $ Sabir Bey or SabirBeyRadio@gmail.com. Pay for Sims card and all that. Hold on, let me go a little further. Y'all want to see some more? And this is not all my photos. I'm going to just let y'all know that. I'm not showing all the photos because I have photos for sale. I'm going to do it at a presentation. I'm just showing you that's inside that mosque. In Cordoba. I could take you all the way to Turkey if I choose to. All the way to Turkey to show y'all your history. Okay? All the way to Turkey. The Blue Mosque in Turkey. Didn't make me have to come to Cali. He said, don't make me have to come to Cali. For what, man? What are you talking about? He said, don't make me have to come to Cali. You know, I'm going to be back in Philly in a minute, bruh. In a minute, I'll be back in Philly. Cordoba. And this is a big, beautiful place, y'all. I'm trying to at least get up at least $8,000 before I bounce. I'm still counting. I'm trying to. Like, I don't want to say try, but I'm working on it because I'm going to go live over there again. I'll go live again. I'm going to show you a little bit more pictures before I get off of here, y'all. Okay? Do y'all mind? A little bit more pictures. All right? And I do have the photos. I have a lot of photos, too. If y'all want to get those photos, holla at your boy. So take this video and tell these black conscious people that Karl Marx was definitely a Moor. Y'all be taking my own pic soon. You should, sister. Honestly, you should be. I'm going to keep it real. Y'all got over 4,000 photos, Laura. 4,000 photos. And that's my newspaper I told you I started back in 2003. Editor, Sabir Bey. I told you that. I got receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. Not YouTube receipts. I have receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. So I've been talking about this. I already, you know what? Let me tell you something before I go further. Is Jasmine on here? I'm not going to tell you how much she paid me, but she paid me a pretty penny. Let me tell you this. Jasmine paid me a pretty penny to do a tour over there. We had 9 people from the island of Nevis. Shout out to all my people from Nevis, from the Caribbean. She paid me to take 9 people over there from Nevis. One of the persons that I took was a professor at the University of Nevis, and one of them was a school teacher from Nevis. I took them, we went to Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. Right? I'm not for the people that talk. I'm not for people that talk. Jasmine is not for the people that talk. All of y'all on here say, yeah, I would go, I would do this, I would do that. Do it. It ain't about talking. You do it. You do it. So, she paid me with no problem. Right? And we all met up in Spain. I was flying in from, I was in the Midwest. They was leaving from Florida. And we all met up in, I think it was Barcelona. I don't even remember where we met up at. I don't even know where the hell we met up at. But we all met in a hotel. And it was a beautiful trip for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I stayed longer than there's 2 weeks. As soon as I came back, I went back in a couple of weeks. So I'm always over there. Okay? This is the Justice Gate. Right? In Grenada. Listen, Laura, I ain't got to plan nothing. Just do it. That's all you got to do is say, I got the money. Let's get it popping. I'm going to just keep it real with you. Just say, I got the money. Let's roll. Because I was supposed to left today. I supposed to actually left yesterday to go back overseas. because I couldn't go because of what's going on right now. So my plan is to leave, and I'm letting people know, and I've been saying this. July, I'm out. I'm out in July. Soon as this thing opened up, your boy is out again. So, this is again the Alhambra. This is actually in Morocco. Morocco. That's Dave Chappelle. That's Yassine. Move through this. Dude, do you know, do y'all want to know this? Before I say this, what do you think listen, Ray, that door was heavy as hell. So who been to the Alhambra? Tell me, because I'm going to test you on this. What do you know about that door? Somebody tell me about that door. I'm going to just give y'all a little bit of history. And hopefully y'all support. Please support it. Act like I'm a white person or something that's a pair of Jordans or red bottoms. Act like that. Tell you a little bit. I'm going to just tell you a tidbit of it and then watch somebody repeat it because they did not go, nor did they sit there and get the rundown of that door. Tell me about the door. Nobody? And Ray, I'm reason why I'm doing this, brother, because I don't want to give too much up. I don't want to give too much. Real rap, bro. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm going to touch on this, and I'm going to touch on this. But if you want to book me to come in, I'll be on the East Coast next month. You can get me when I get back on the East Coast. Okay? You can hit me up on my email, SabirBeyRadio@gmail.com. SabirBeyRadio@gmail.com for any booking. Don't send me your promos. Don't send me your CDs and tell me you want me to listen or you can sit with me. You only got a minute left. Hurry up. Because when this is over, I'm done. Less than a minute. So those doors, people, was basically for like air conditioning. That's all I'm going to say. It was basically for air conditioning. Are you married? No, I'm not married. I'm not married. Why you asking me am I married? You bold as hell. Am I married? No, I'm not married. But I do have a little precious little girl. Okay? So let me show y'all something real quick. This is Washington Irving. He was the man that the United States government financed to open the doors to the Alhambra. They financed this man to open the doors to the Alhambra. That's him right there. A passionate traveler. But y'all don't want to hear it from me. Y'all wait for somebody else to tell you. Portugal. Okay? Moorish Castle. Portugal. Okay? Slavery started with Portuguese in Spain. So you got to know your history, people. You have to know your history. All up in the... That's Casablanca. That's Marrakesh. Atlas Mountains. Okay? So, go check out that documentary. That's all I'm going to say. I got to go. It was real. Peace.